Differences between Thai Buddhism and Japanese Buddhism. Today, I would like to talk about the differences between Thai Buddhism and Japanese Buddhism. Both countries have long histories of embracing Buddhism as a central part of their culture. Yet the ways in which the religion is practiced and integrated into society differ greatly. By exploring these differences, we can gain insight not only into religion, but also into the cultural values and worldviews of each country. 1. Historical background. Let us begin with a brief look at how Buddhism was introduced and developed in each country. In Thailand, Buddhism arrived around the 3rd century BCE, when missionaries sent by King Ashoka of India spread the teachings through Sri Lanka and then into Southeast Asia. The form of Buddhism that took root in Thailand is Theravāda Buddhism, which emphasizes preserving the original teachings of the Buddha. Along with Sri Lanka, Myanmar, Laos, and Cambodia, Thailand has maintained this tradition over the centuries. In Japan, Buddhism was formally introduced from the Korean kingdom of Baekje in the mid-6th century. At first, it was closely tied to politics, serving to legitimize rulers and ensure the stability of the state. Over time, however, Japanese Buddhism evolved into a variety of schools, such as the Nara schools, Tendai, Shingon, Pure Land, Zen, and Nichiren traditions, each adapting to the needs of its era. Japanese Buddhism, while rooted in Mahāyāna teachings, became remarkably diverse and flexible. 2. Doctrinal differences. Thai Theravāda Buddhism focuses on maintaining the original teachings and practices of the Buddha. The path to enlightenment is seen as an individual journey, requiring strict discipline, meditation, and adherence to monastic rules. The Buddha is revered as a great teacher who achieved awakening, not as a divine figure who grants favors. Japanese Mahāyāna Buddhism, on the other hand, emphasizes universal salvation. Its ideal is to help all beings attain enlightenment. Traditions such as Pure Land Buddhism teach that salvation can be gained through faith and devotion. For example, by reciting the name of Amida Buddha. Bodhisattvas such as Kannon, Avalokiteshvara, are also central figures of devotion. Compared with Thailand, Japanese Buddhism places stronger emphasis on faith and ritual, making it more accessible to the wider population. 3. The role of monks in discipline. In Thailand, monks are expected to follow strict monastic rules. A well-known example is alms rounds. Every morning, monks walk through the streets to receive food offerings from laypeople. This act benefits both sides. The monks sustain their practice, while laypeople accumulate merit. It is also common for Thai men to ordain as monks, even if only for a short period, as part of their cultural coming of age. In Japan, monks initially adhered to strict rules as well, but starting in the Kamakura period, these rules gradually loosened. By the Muromachi and Edo periods, practices such as clerical marriage and eating meat became widespread and even officially recognized. This flexibility is unusual compared to other Buddhist countries. Today, Japanese monks often have families, inherit temples, and play active roles within the 4. Why? This is hard to understand abroad. For foreigners, this aspect of Japanese religion can be confusing. In Western Christian contexts, religion is often seen as a personal confession of faith, where believing or not believing is paramount. In Japan, however, religion is more about belonging and tradition, integrated into daily rhythms. Even without strong faith, people can legitimately call themselves Buddhists. For example, if a foreigner asks a Japanese person, "Are you a Buddhist?" the answer is usually yes. But that person may not chant sutras daily or fully understand Buddhist teachings. They identify as a Buddhist because the religion is intertwined with their family, history, and cultural practices. In Japan, religion goes beyond belief. It is woven into lifestyle and social life. 5. The role of Buddhism in Japanese life. What does Buddhism mean to Japanese people? It primarily serves as a connection between life and death and marks key life transitions. Funeral Buddhism. Many Japanese interact with Buddhism most directly during death rituals. Monks recite sutras, posthumous names are given, and families hold memorial services. These practices provide comfort, help accept death, and reinforce intergenerational bonds. Philosophical guidance. Buddhism teaches impermanence and helps people cope with suffering. By understanding impermanence, people can let go of attachment and live more peacefully. This philosophy strongly influences Japanese values of acceptance and harmony. Cultural influence. Zen Buddhism, in particular, has shaped martial arts, tea ceremonies, calligraphy, and other cultural practices. Daily habits that emphasize mindfulness, simplicity, and harmony reflect a Buddhist mindset integrated into Japanese culture. 6. Buddhism as culture, more than religion. It is crucial to note that, for Japanese people, Buddhism is both a religion and a cultural foundation. Most people do not study doctrines in depth, yet Buddhism profoundly influences architecture, gardens, sculptures, tea ceremonies, floral arts, poetry, and painting. Visiting temples in Kyoto or Nara is often experienced more as cultural appreciation than as religious devotion. In short, Japanese people live within the culture of Buddhism rather than simply believing in it. This cultural presence permeates everything from daily routines to art and thought, shaping Japanese identity in deep and lasting ways. 7. Conclusion. Characteristics of Japanese Buddhist perspectives. To summarize, the Japanese view of Buddhism has several key features. A. Buddhism is deeply embedded in everyday life and culture, even if not consciously practiced. B. Japanese people engage with Buddhism more through tradition and custom than personal faith. C. Religion is not exclusive. Buddhism coexists harmoniously with Shinto and other beliefs. D. Buddhism plays a significant role in death rituals and ancestor veneration. E. Buddhism serves as both a religion and a foundation of Japanese culture. Therefore, the idea that Japanese are Buddhists but do not consciously practice Buddhism is not a contradiction but a unique feature of Japanese religious life. From a foreign perspective, this may seem unusual, but for Japanese people, it is entirely natural and part of everyday life. Thank you for your attention.